I want to be clear. This is Bougie Negro tier list. So we're gonna go back and forth with this. White folks in the chat, just observe. You may ask for questions for clarification. I guess to start the tier list, we'll start with Martin Luther King. This is the Bougie Black tier list. People don't understand, Martin Luther King was a child of privilege. Auburn Avenue was where it was at. Atlanta was the Mecca, building railroads and trains. Thank you, Mangrove Creative. Where MLK grew up, Auburn Avenue was extremely, for the time, wealthy. So Atlanta was literally Black Mecca, had all this money. And Atlanta is a great place to be if you're Black, you got a little money. But please believe that Atlanta was still getting the same shit everyone else was getting. As an olive branch to the Bougie Negroes mad at me, is Obama on here twice? Damn, that's a mistake. But Kanye being on here twice is not a mistake. Killer Mike is not on here because Killer Mike is not bougie. So it's an important distinction. Bougie means of money before getting money. Being bougie is a pedigree, at least. And so I'm not talking about bourgeoisie, just to be clear. We're not talking about Karl Marx's bourgeoisie. We talking about bougie. So white folks, here's your chance. Is that a term that actually hit white spaces, or is that fully AAVE? Because I've never heard a white person use that term. I just want to make sure. So bougie has hit, okay, cool. So I won't claim it. But within Black spaces, bougie means niggas with money and you can tell. All right? So we can't do Killer Mike because Killer Mike didn't come from money. But we will put up Theo Huxtable. All right, shout out RIP to the late great Malcolm Jamal Warner, who died a couple of weeks ago, tragically. Let me explain this top tier. So bringing, I guess, Marx in a little bit, a class traitor is someone who betrays their class. Because it's natural to have class allegiances. So it's natural for people who come from money to be aligned to that class status. To say, I come from money, I'm gonna protect my status, and that's what most people do. This is why, again, when I said earlier that the revolutionary potential for Black people is always gonna come from the bottom, this is what I'm talking about. Because historically, people like a Killer Mike, even if you don't come from money, once you get money, it literally, shout out to Bellamy who hit me with some research on this, getting money will literally change your brain. It will change the way you engage with the world. So, when you have people like Martin Luther King who came up with money and said, damn that, I'm about to be in the streets. I'm about to make it happen for the people. Martin Luther King, I mean, I've done so many videos. You can go look at my first Black conservative video. Martin Luther King doesn't get enough credit for, one, how radical he was, and two, how leftist he was. He is on record for talking about he is much more of a socialist than a capitalist. His entire crew of people he ran with were all socialists. And people don't know that for a long time, Martin walked around with heat on him because he was nonviolent until it was about that action. It had to convince him to leave the burner at home. So for Martin to take that stance coming from money, Martin could have easily grown up, found him a light-skinned girl, and kept preaching and kept it moving. Instead, he went back to the people, all right? Theo Huxtable. I'm gonna go back. I mean, it's hard because we're talking about the Cosby Show, right? So like the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby's heinous activity has sadly erased the Cosby Show from like pop culture discourse. But if my memory serves me right, Theo Huxtable might be one of the dopest bougie niggas in the history of like fictional media. If you don't know, Theo Huxtable was Bill Cosby's oldest son, and no, he's better than Carlton. I'm gonna tell you why. Hold up, Carlton's on here, but he's not in the same tier list. He's not in the same tier. So Theo was bougie. He was a bougie kid, but Theo, one, had a learning disability. I think he was dyslexic. Was Theo dyslexic? No. That experience plus just his nature, Theo dedicated his life to community outreach and teaching children. Theo was a trust fund kid that never left his community. Now, I could be wrong. There may be some stuff I gotta go back, but I remember vividly as a kid of relative privilege, identifying with Theo, wanting to do better for the people he was around, investing in children around him. Theo was the first positive brother Hakeem. Carlton Banks. So somebody said he been Black Excellence Brunch. Carlton is like a mixed bag, right? So on one hand, I know Carlton early on was like a Black Republican. He was like a young Republican. Now this is the 90s, so like Republican was different. Like Republican almost made sense. It didn't really, but at least it was like, I got it to an extent in 1994. But yeah, so what Zama says, by the end of the show, Carlton was like the realest nigga ever. He was so real. I don't think he would have agreed with Thomas Sowell by the end of it. When he was checking Will, when Carlton had to, when Will got shot and Carlton had to be told to put down the burner and not slide on the ops for his boy. But I gotta go back. So I'm gonna put him in Black Excellence Brunch just because I might be wrong, but we'll see. All right, so, oh man, what's this character's name from Girlfriends? I got a couple of characters on here I'm not super familiar with. Tony Childs, thank you. So, well, from what I remember, Tony Childs, this was made for her. I'm not saying Tony Childs was bad, but she definitely had an issue. And what's funny is Tony Childs did not come from money, but she definitely had a negative opinion of niggas without money. Similarly, Willie Gilbert. Are y'all old enough to know who Whitley Gilbert is? Because I feel like Whitley was transformed by her HBCU experience. So she came in much more bougie than she left. So I feel like, being right about Black Excellence Brunch, I feel like Black Excellence Brunch is probably gonna be the longest tier. All right, so HBCUs. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Is Black Bougie too bad? Oh, nah, it probably is. It's hard for me to hold that. Belly said, nah, nigga, Cause I feel like, cause I've been around, I am biased. So I was there, but I understand. So it is my thing. So y'all know I'm an HBCU grad, right? And I credit my HBCU experience with positioning me for where I am today. HBCUs do a great job of priming, but they are still like a part of a neo-colonial institution, right? So we ain't even counting Black people that go to PWIs. Y'all do whatever y'all, I'm sorry. Are HBCUs folks just liberal? Yes. What I'll say is the revolutionary capacity of HBCUs is great, but it's not happening. It can happen. It happens more than it happens elsewhere, but it's not really happening in HBCUs. It's much more likely to be Black Blue MAGA, Black Excellence Brunch at best. And the only reason I'm not gonna put it in Black Excellence Brunch is because I know that people that don't go to HBCUs, when they get around niggas from HBCUs, I know how we come off. So we'll leave it there. Barack Obama is also Black Blue MAGA. Now Barack Obama could be down here if I wanted to be extra a little unfair to him, but I never like using degenerate culture unironically is something he actually didn't do. Barack had classic old head nigga tendencies. Black Blue MAGA is pull your pants up. And pull your pants up is not as bad as degenerate culture. Degenerate culture is one step away from fucking, literally one step away from Kanye West. Using that term degenerate unironically to describe almost anybody, but especially Black people that like rap music. So Dominique Devereaux. So I don't remember Dynasty much. Would she call Black people degenerate? Do y'all know? This is too old for me. Ooh, I should put Oprah on the list, you right. Where should Dominique Devereaux go? Can't help it. All right, I'm gonna put her at Black Excellence Brunch just cause she's iconic. Y'all know, so I went too far back with that one, my bad. I went too far back with that one. I'm showing my age with that one. Somebody say I gotta put Oprah on it. All right, Mel from Arcane. I didn't watch the second season, but Mel from Arcane was given Black Blue MAGA in the first season. Black Excellence Brunch at best. She goes against a warmongering mother, because I was watching that and I was like, ooh, I don't know how that's gonna work out. All right, so we're gonna give her Black Excellence Brunch. She reconnects for her roots and leaves for her home nation. Okay, dope. All right, old Kanye. We're gonna give old Kanye Black Excellence Brunch, like literally knowing people that knew Kanye. Has some anti-Black tendencies in there that we probably missed, but all right, hookah lounges. Is this an Atlanta thing, or are hookah lounges terrorizing Black communities across the country? Is that ATL only? I know it can't be. Okay, DC, I know it's in Detroit. It probably started here because I had my first hookah in like 2015, 16, and I was like,
all right, I don't get it.
Okay, here's a hard one. T'Challa. And I guess we gotta go with movie Black Panther T'Challa. So part of me wants to put him up here. Cause first off, yeah, we can't just do movie. We gotta kind of combine it all together. Literally in the movie, he started to use his trust fund and start a community center, right? So like, there's that. But he also gave the CIA vibranium. And I will never forgive that nigga for that. In the comics, he'd have never done that. Never in the comics would he have done that. So I'm gonna declare that, and it was retcon in the second movie. Okay, that is non-canon from here on out. From here on out, Black Panther in the movies did not give vibranium to the CIA. Retcon that shit. So I'm gonna give him trust fund status. Okay, black mega churches. I feel like black mega churches is blue MAGA. Is it degenerate? It might be degenerate. Yeah, all right, chat. Y'all right. I might be coping a little bit. I'm trying to work on this black church video. Okay, am I aging myself again with Dion from Clueless? Chat, is anybody in there watch Clueless? Okay, some people know Clueless. All right, so Clueless, Dion was solid. I feel like that's Black Excellence Brunch again. Stacey, the actress, is a disappointment, who's also bougie and could be up here. All right, W.E.B. Du Bois. I could put Du Bois on every category here if you know his story. I knew Bellamy was gonna comment on that. Early or late Du Bois. I should do that. Hold on, wait. There you go. We're gonna get this one too. So we're gonna put both of them up here. So early Du Bois uses degenerate culture unironically. Young Du Bois uses degenerate culture unironically. It's so interesting, Du Bois, yes. Like Du Bois is, don't get me wrong. At my core, I probably am a Du Boisian. At my core, that is probably who I'm most, like Du Bois, Kwame Ture, Fred Hampton. For what I've read, and I'm not like the most read dudes, but like that's who I feel like I've most internalized my political outlook, my race consciousness from. But understand, Du Bois has some L's on his record. It gets bad. But later Du Bois, if we want to keep it a buck, MLK learned from later Du Bois. That's who MLK got his swag from. Because when Du Bois got old, because Du Bois lived a long life, all my Boule niggas still here. If y'all will just look at the course of Du Bois's career, you can skip all this bullshit y'all are on. Because that's what he did. And that's what shows you how hard the counterinsurgency is. Black history and Black collective political education in general only studies early Du Bois, only knows of early Du Bois. His greatest hits, like The Talented Tenth, like Double Consciousness. Older Du Bois was much more class conscious. Older Du Bois was a Pan-Africanist. And it's because Du Bois was on that Jack and Jill shit. He was on that black elite shit. Niggas lose their mind once they got some money. And him and E. Franklin Frazier were like,
what the fuck are y'all niggas doing? Y'all niggas got some money and lost your goddamn minds.
And that changed his whole trajectory. He died in Ghana. I can't even deal with the mess I've created. Why would Umar be on this list, chat? Umar is not bougie. This is the black bougie tier list. Umar just weird. All right, you gotta come from money or aspire to it innately. All right, white parties. That's literally a Black Excellence Brunch. I think that's why I am the way I am now. Maybe if I'd have went to some more white parties in undergrad or right out of undergrad, I'd have been like,
you know what, it's not that
bad. The Mother from Proud family. I was too old for this. This is for y'all. My Zoomers in the crowd. This is for y'all. Help me out. Where should she go? Because I did not watch this, but I heard she was bougie. Black Excellence Brunch. That's too old for Zoomers? Damn. Are they canon Republicans? All right, we're gonna do, just for the sake of it, we're gonna do Black Excellence Brunch. Because since I don't know, I'm gonna cleave toward making it better than maybe it should be. All right, Jack and Jill. Y'all ain't getting no higher than Black Boot MAGA. Somebody explain to me why I shouldn't put them in uses degenerate culture unironically. Because that's literally what they were, some of them were saying in my chat. I'm gonna put degenerate culture for Jack and Jill. The Carter family, Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's easy Black Blue MAGA. All right, Jody Landon. She's up here somewhere. This is very millennial core again. No, you gotta give her better than Black Excellence Brunch. I think she used trust money to start a nonprofit. She was a really dope character. They cooked with her. All right. This category is only for Kanye, the new Kanye West. I don't think anybody's this bad. Olivia Pope is literally Black Blue MAGA, right? Like literally that was the character and like that was the world they lived in. Didn't they get a president killed? And she was working for a Republican that wasn't the dude she was with, a Republican. She helped 2 Republicans become president? Damn. I'm showing my age again, Lisa Turtle. Saved by the Bell. Did I just put a bunch of my crushes on here and y'all don't know who they are? Is that what happened? Is I put a bunch of my childhood crushes, Lisa Turtle, Dion, Whitley. Did I put all my mid-90s waifus on here, on this tier list for y'all to be like,
we don't know who they are, FD.
Define Blue MAGA. Blue MAGA, so like, I make the delineation between niggas I know I can deal with and niggas that are like folks I think I can pull left with a little time and a little care, and motherfuckers that like posted themselves going to Starbucks after Kamala Harris lost. Yes, the difference between Black MAGA and Black Blue MAGA. I don't think I would have to explain that. Not Richie Torres. Who's the nigga? No, not Cory Booker's one of them. Hakeem Jeffries, thank you. This may again be Atlanta-centric, but have y'all niggas got the Hennessy glazed lamb chops yet? Has that made it outside of Atlanta? Oh, I see y'all ain't got those yet. Y'all ain't up on that yet. I'm be real, them shits is delicious. They in Chicago, okay. The types of Bougetto culinary artistry coming out of Atlanta right now is amazing. It's amazing the type of hood cuisine I am getting at overpriced Atlanta hookah lounge restaurants these days. It is delicious and degenerate. But when I got them Hennessy glazed lamb chops from insert black hole in the wall hookah lounge sports bar here, Fruity Pebble wet velvet waffles, yes, I'm pretty sure that's the thing. All right, Blackish. I want to put them lower because I hate that show so much now. What do y'all think? Blue MAGA? That's probably fair. Yeah, that's fair. They weren't on that degenerate shit. But Oprah is. Oprah is definitely saying shit like degenerate. I'll never forget. Is there a clip of when Oprah said black kids only want to buy Nikes? And that's why she built the school in Africa. All right, I don't know where it's at, but whatever. So Oprah counts, so people like Oprah and Jay-Z and them, I count them because they've so far reached, they like define what Black Bougie is, even if they didn't come from it. So Oprah built a school in Africa in like the late 90s or early 2000s. 2007, I'm sorry. And don't get me wrong, I think she built it in South Africa, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's dope. Yeah, she built it in South Africa. I am not shitting on Oprah for building a school for black girls in South Africa. I want to be clear, because y'all motherfuckers do not like to actually engage with what I'm saying. They just want to roll with narratives. So I want to be very clear about this. Oprah building a girls' school in South Africa is a good thing. I have no problems with that. But boom, thank you for this undying machine. When somebody came to Oprah and said, you know,
niggas here in America could use a school, Oprah. That'd be kind of nice.
I became so frustrated with visiting inner city schools in America that I just stopped going. The sense that you need to learn just isn't there. If you ask the kids what they want or need, they will say an iPod or some sneakers. In South Africa, they don't ask for money or toys, they ask for uniforms so they could go to school. Woo! So I feel like I don't have to explain that.